Okay, so as of now, we saw how we can reverse a string, how to access the characters from a string. So these things, how we can do this escaping, sequence escaping, we saw deletion of a single character, deletion of a string, we saw updating single character or updating a string, we saw. Let's see the remaining methods. Okay, so this one more advantage is there with the strings. We can do the format. Okay, so string format we can do. How we can do that? Let's see. For example, with format, how we can create strings. Okay, let me copy it. Okay, see. So this is my first bracket, this is second bracket, this is third. If you want to work with formats, you should have this, you should use this curly brackets. Okay, what it will do, you give format, right? Here you have three braces, three curly braces. Then you should take three values in this format. This format something like tuple. Okay, so what it will do, it will keep Python in first bracket, and it will keep is in second, and it will keep easy in third. Means it will remove the curly brackets. In place of curly brackets, it's going to place the strings. Let's see how it will work. See, Python is easy. So you can directly give Python is easy inside the string, or with this format also we can do. Okay, so or else in print statement, how we can do? In print statement we already saw, right? I need to display some content. Along with that, I need to display some data. So in those cases also we can use this format. Okay, let's see how we can do that. So this is my print statement. Here I'm doing Python is. After that, I'm keeping this one. So dot format. So here I have only one curly bracket, so I can only is. So Python is a non-type object has no attribute format. Non-type object has no attribute format. So this should work. Why it's not working? Yeah, see, it's replaced. Okay, now this square bracket is replaced with easy. So we can do format either using format. We can format the strings, or we can format the print statement. This is how we can do. We can use this curly brackets. For example, I have one curly bracket, but I gave two values here. Some value I gave, and if I run, it's going to take the first one only. Okay, it will omit it. It won't take. It will take the first one. Okay, can take is, can close it, save it. See, is now just do like this, and Python is easy. Like
అక్క
చెప్పు.
అక్క ఈజీ రెండు రావాలంటే ఎట్లక్క?
రీప్లేస్ చేయాలనుకున్న వాల్యూస్ ఈజీస్ ఇవ్వు ఫార్మాట్ లో. నువ్వు ఇక్కడ ఫార్మాట్ లోపల ఏ వాల్యూస్ ఇస్తే ఆ వాల్యూస్ ఇక్కడ రీప్లేస్ అవుతాయి. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ కర్లీ బ్రాకెట్స్ ఆ వాల్యూస్ వచ్చి ఇక్కడ రీప్లేస్ అవుతాయి. It's going to replace this curly brackets with the values that you passed in this format. Okay, like this the format will work. And then these are the string methods. Okay, here I have a list of string methods. I will explain you the few. You need to do the remaining things on your own. I don't know, like you can search on Google or somewhere. You need to prepare example for that, okay? And you should prepare one Word document for that. I will explain very few, okay? You can prepare the document, you can prepare the examples, and in tomorrow class or today evening class, if you have any doubts, we can discuss, okay? So first one is decimal, okay? String dot is decimal. Is decimal means it's going to check whether the string contain all digits, okay? Decimal means numbers, right? So it will check if the string contain all digits, okay? So see, 1 2 3 4 5 6, these are all digits, right? If I print s dot is decimal, it will print true or false. Okay, sorry, this should be small, okay? Is decimal, see, because I have all digits only, but in place of digits, if I have some alphabet, it will return false because alphabet is not a digit, right? So to check if the string contain all digits, in those cases we can use is decimal, okay? Now I want to check alpha, like if it is containing all alphabets or not, that is alpha. This time what will be the output? In yes, I have 1 2 3 4 5 a6. What will be the output? Is alpha going to check if the string contain all characters, all alphabets or not? So the output is false because I have digits, right? So if you give a b c d e f, this time it will give true, okay? And if I want to check if the string is combination of alphabetics and numbers, at the time you can use alpha num, all num, all num means it is combination of alphabetics and numbers. So there should be alphabetics and numbers. If you have numbers alone, it will give false. It's true, okay? It's going to check like if it will return true if it is contain alphabetics or numerics or alphanumerics. It can contain any of three. It can contain only alphabetics, it can contain only numbers, or it can contain numbers and digits, sorry, numbers and alphabetics, okay? Yeah. Then is title. Normally title means the first character should be capital. Title means the first character should be capital, okay? If you give all small letters, Python, it will return you false. Is title. In title, the first letter should be capital, okay? Title means is title, like that we are going to write, right? So see, because of the first letter I took as small, so it gave me false. If I took first letter as capital and if I run, this time it will give true because P is capital, so this is a title, okay? So this is partition, same, we saw the split, no? String split we saw. In the same way this will work. See, Python, let me give spaces, is easy. So s dot partition. So by default it's going to take space, no? Partition, string partition takes exactly one argument, 0 is given. So split. So you should pass some partition, some delimiter based on what? Based on, if you want to split based on space, you should give that space. Yeah, like this, you should give the space. So what it will do, normally if you do split here, it will give you three elements. Python is easy, like three elements it will give, and the format is list, but the partition based on the first occurrence. See, what is my first occurrence? Space. So where is the first occurrence? After Python I have space, so it's splitting Python as one and the space, first space as one, remaining all to one. This is how the partition will work. The partition will give you three three parameters, tuple of three. So the first one, based on how it will split, so now you gave space, so it will go to the first occurrence of the space. Where I have first occurrence? After Python, okay? So it will split the content before the space into one value and the space into one value and remaining all into another value. Now, instead of space, if I give at the rate, okay, if you run, it won't give anything. It's going to consider all, okay, because see, every time partition will do 3, it will return tuple of 3 values. Now there is no space. So what it did, it the Python, this entire string, it's considered as one value, remaining 2 values to empty. Okay, like this partition will work. If you give at the rate now, see, Python is before first at the rate, before like first at the before first at the rate, I have some content, right? That content will come under one value. Then at the rate come under one value. Then the remaining whole comes under one value. Tuple of 3, it will return, partition will return tuple of 3 values. Okay. And is identifier. Identifier means split a string at the first occurrence of sorry, check whether the string is a valid identifier or not. Identifier means nothing but a variable name. So we have few how to say, few rules, right? It should not contain dollar, or it should not start with a digit. So such a rules are there for identifiers. If you give valid identifier name, so for example, I will give count. Okay, it is my identifier. It will check if it is a valid identifier or not. Is identifier, it will return true if it is a valid identifier. See, it is true. But if I start the variable name with a digit, so it's not valid, right? If you start the variable name or identifier name with a digit, it's not valid. So it will return false. Even you should not give underscore. It shouldn't start with underscore. I think it can start. Yeah, it can start with underscore, but it shouldn't start with digit. And we can use, in variable name, we can use alphabetics, numbers, and underscore only. Other than that, if you use anything, see, let me use dollar, it won't, it will give false, because we shouldn't use, no, underscore you can use, digits you can use, alphabetics you can use. Apart from that, if you use any other symbols inside that variable name, it won't consider as a valid variable or identifier name, so it will give you false. Okay. Then string dot length, so you can use a length of, yes, we can calculate the string length in two ways. One is this one, string object has, then why he gave this one, len of s we should give, I think. So we should give len of s. Okay, so now what it did, okay, so what it did, it count the number of characters in the string. I have 6 characters, so it gave me 6. Same for list also. If you give length of s, it's going to give you number of elements, right? In the same way, to calculate the string length, you should use this length of string name. Okay. Then string or index. Okay, let's see how it will do. Or index means, normally, did you remember index what it will do? Index going to give you the characters string. Characters index. So same string index going to starts from 0. If I want to know the index of O, I want to know index of O. What is Oth index? It's 1. Okay, it will print 1. It will print 1. Okay, see COUNT count. Again, I took, see, now this is my string. Okay, I have multiple U, multiple O's. If you use, even in this time, if you use index, it will give you the first occurrence. Okay, okay, that is 1. But I want to get the index from reverse. At that time, you should give R index 8. So what is the top index? Top one, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so both the last index is 8, so it gave me the highest index. If you simply use index, it will give you the lower occurrence. If you use R index, it will give you the higher occurrence. Okay, understand? Now if you do, let's see, I want to know, this is my this is count. I want to know the highest character. See, so if you see max of list or max of min of list, if you give, it's going to give minimum value or maximum value, right? In the same way, if you give max of s, it will return the highest alphabet. So U is the highest, right? 1 to 26. We have the alpha A is 1, B is 2, like that we have alphabets. Now in this case, U is highest alphabet. So it gave you. If you give min of alphabet, it will give you C, because C is the lowest one, no? See, C. Like this, we have these methods, min, max, okay? Max of the string you should give. Same, min of string you should give. Min of string you should give. Okay, so then split lines. Okay, split lines, what it will do, you know? Let's execute it. This dot split split lines. It won't. It now I didn't give anything. It won't do anything. It seems. Okay, so split lines. If you have new character, I already told you how we can take new line in a string. Which need to use slash n. Okay, save it, and based on the new line, if you want to split the string, you should use this split lines. Okay, if you have this new line character in your string, you can do split lines so that it will work. Okay, that is split lines. Then capitalize. Okay, so capitalize means it will capitalize the first character of the string. Now see, I have Python. I just want to capitalize first character. I just want to capitalize the first character. See, Python. Now P got capital. Okay, capitalize will change the first character to uppercase. If it is in lowercase, it will change to uppercase. Now I want to change all lowercase letters to uppercase. You should use upper. See, now all got printed to uppercase. Okay, if you want to print all the characters to lowercase, you should use lower. See, now all change it to lowercase. Okay, and string find. Okay, string find. So first let me show you how find will work. I want to find the index of T, capital T. Sorry, I want to know the index. Now what is the index of T? It is 2. It printed. Okay, so if you give the character that doesn't exist in the string, so I don't have the character A in the string, what it will do? It will give -1. Okay, if the character is not there, it's the output will be -1. But if you do the same thing with index, see, it's giving substring not found, exception will be there, value error will be there. So that is the difference between index and find. So with index, if you try to find the index of unknown character or the character that doesn't exist in the string, the index will give you value error. But when you want to do the same thing with find, it will return -1. There will be no exception with find. It will simply return -1 if the character is not there in the string. That is the difference between index and find. So this is also important question, difference between index and find. Okay, the functionality is same. Both are used to find the index of a character or index of a element or index of a value. But if you use index, if the particular character or value is not there, it's going to give you error. But find will return you -1. Okay, that is the difference. Then string or find, same. Now we saw R index, no, which is going to give you highest index. Same R find, if you give, it will give you the highest index. Let me repeat P again. If you give R find of P, first it will 0. First it will return you 0 because P's first occurrence is 0. If you give R index, it will give you the highest index of P, that is 6. Okay, that is R find. Same count, I think you are aware, we did an list now. The same thing here it will work. On string, it's going to count. If you give I, it will tell you how many times the character I repeated or how many times substring repeated. Now I want to know, okay, Python, Python, Python. Okay, 3 times I gave. It should be one. Okay. Now I want to know on how many times ON occurs. What will be the output? Count. Let me give here count. What will be the output? Remember, Python is case sensitive. So what will be the output? I want to count ON. How many times ON repeated?
2 times.
Yeah. Because capital ON it won't consider because that is in uppercase. It will count only lowercase. 2 times. If you give capital ON, it will give 1 time. So with count, you can count a single character occurrence or substring occurrence, anything you can find. Okay. And lower visa split, yesterday itself visa based on the character, based on the delimiter that you specified, it's going to split the string into a list. Okay, R split means it's going to do the same thing from right. Let me show you. By default, split going to take space, right? S split split. Oh, one extra brace is there. See, Python it's splitted. If you give R split, it will do from right. See, means how to say, for example, from right I told it will do. Like from right it will do. Okay, R split from right it's going to do. Where it will work, you know. I have HTML dot some. Let me give you sample dot py dot java. Okay. This is not the way it need to split. It need to split. Okay, guys, this R split one I will explain you. I have some real time example, but I forgot. I will explain you that R split. You can omit as of now. Okay. Join we already saw. Strip, okay. I'm explaining you the all important programs that we are going to use, okay. Now strip, okay. Why strip is used, you know? I have some spaces. Now see, Python. After that also I give spaces, but I don't want these spaces. Unwanted spaces I don't want. At the time you can use strip. Strip going to remove all the spaces. Before the string, if I have spaces, that it will remove. After string, if I have spaces, all those it will remove. See, there won't be any spaces. Without strip, if you print before strip, if you print yes, now there will be spaces. See, here the space is there. After Python also the space will be there. But with strip, we can remove the unwanted spaces. Okay. And here, if you do else strip now, it will remove the spaces before the string. The spaces before the string it will remove. Okay. R strip means it will remove the spaces from end, means right side. See, now here the space will be there, but right side space won't be there. With R strip, right side space won't will be there. With L strip, right side space won't will be there. If you don't want spaces on left and right, you are going to use strip. Okay. Swap case means it will convert the lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. Now see, pi is a small, y is capital, t is small, h is capital, o is small, n is capital. What it will do, you know? Swap case. See, it will interchange. First time P is small, then it changed to capital. Y is small, next Y is capital, it changed to small y. T is small, then it changed to capital. So it will swap the case. If it is in lowercase, it will convert that to uppercase. If that is in uppercase, it will convert that to lowercase. This is swap case. Okay. And okay, here these functions will be there. You should check what is this. Okay, replace will do, encode will do, case bold will do, center, r just, l just, up. So I will share this document, prepare example for each. Even I explained few things, right? For those as well, prepare document, add examples and share with me. Okay, tomorrow I will ask the questions on strings and tuples. Okay, any doubts?
No.
We are not going to use all the methods on strings. Few are very important. That list I will share after once you share the document with me. I will share you the important string methods. Okay, so complete it by today evening class if possible, then we can discuss few doubts on that.